Imagine it's a Monday. You're walking down the street, maybe grabbing a coffee, or sitting in a park soaking up the warmth. The sky is that perfect shade of blue. The sun is shining down just like it has for the last 4.6 billion years. It is the ultimate constant in our lives, the battery that powers Earth. And then, it's gone. No explosion, no warning, just deletion. What happens next? You might think we'd freeze instantly, or that complete chaos would strike the second the sun vanished. But the truth is, for a little while, nothing would happen at all. Today we are running a terrifying simulation. From the first second of disappearance to 1,000 years in the future. This is the timeline of Earth without the sun. Here is the first mind-bending fact. If the sun disappeared right now, you wouldn't know it. Neither would NASA. Neither would the plants in your garden. Light travels at 186,000 miles per second. But space is huge. It takes sunlight about 8 minutes and 20 seconds to cross the 93 million miles to Earth. So, for 8 minutes, the sun is effectively a ghost. We are orbiting nothing. We are basking in the warmth of a star that no longer exists. But it's not just light, it's gravity. According to Albert Einstein's theory of general relativity, gravity propagates at the speed of light too. This means Earth would continue to orbit an empty spot in space for those same 8 minutes. We are swinging around a tether that has already been cut. And then, the tether snaps. At the exact moment the sky goes dark, Earth stops orbiting. We don't spiral outward. We fly off in a straight line, traveling at 67,000 miles per hour, straight into the dark, cold void of the galaxy. The change is instant. It's not like a sunset. It's like someone flipped a switch. If it was daytime where you are, it is now night. If it was night where you are, the moon just disappeared. Remember, the moon doesn't produce light. It reflects sunlight. Without the sun, the moon becomes a pitch-black rock, invisible to the naked eye. Panic sets in immediately. This isn't an eclipse. The stars are visible, and they are brighter than you've ever seen them, because there is zero atmospheric scattering from the sun. But what about the cold? Surprisingly, we don't freeze instantly. The Earth's atmosphere acts like a heavy blanket. We have retained heat. Over the first 24 hours, the temperature would start to drop, but only by a few degrees. It would feel like a chilly autumn evening. The real terror in the first 24 hours isn't the cold. It's the chaos. The power grid, global communication, and the sheer psychological horror of a world without a dawn. By day 7, the global average temperature has dropped to 32 degrees Fahrenheit. Freezing. This is where biology fails. Photosynthesis stops immediately. 99.9% of all plants on Earth begin to die. Small plants go first. Massive trees might hold out for a few weeks on stored sugar, but their fate is sealed. Without plants, the food chain crashes. For humans, the panic has turned into a fight for survival. The power grid has likely failed unless we rely entirely on nuclear or wind. But even those require maintenance that chaos won't allow. If you are in the United States, you are now living in a permanent, star-filled night. The temperature is dropping by the hour. Fast forward 1 year. The Earth is now a rogue planet. We have traveled millions of miles away from where our solar system used to be. The surface temperature is now negative 100 degrees Fahrenheit. The oceans have frozen over. Ice is actually a good insulator. The top layer of ice would be miles thick, but deep, deep down, the water would still be liquid, warmed by the Earth's core. This is the only place life continues naturally. Microbes and strange deep-sea creatures living near hydrothermal vents wouldn't even know the sun is gone. They don't need solar energy. They need geothermal energy. They are the new kings of the Earth. But what about us? By year 1, the surface is uninhabitable. The atmosphere would begin to undergo a terrifying change. As it gets colder, the gases in the air, the stuff we breathe, would start to condense. Eventually, it would rain liquid nitrogen. The atmosphere itself would freeze and fall to the ground as snow. Earth is now a naked rock, exposed to cosmic radiation. Could humanity survive? Maybe. Our only hope would be to move underground, deep underground. We would need to build cities powered by nuclear fusion or geothermal energy, tapping into the heat of the Earth's core. Iceland might be the last stronghold of humanity. Generations would pass. People would forget what the sky looked like. The sun would become a myth, a legend of a golden god that used to rule the sky. Meanwhile, Earth continues its journey. As a rogue planet, we would drift through the Milky Way for millions, perhaps billions of years. There is a tiny mathematical chance that one day, gravity from another star would snag us. We might enter a new orbit. The ice would melt. The atmosphere would thaw. And life, whatever is left of it, would begin again under a new sun. Thankfully, stars like our sun don't just vanish. We have another 5 billion years before it runs out of fuel and swallows us up. But this experiment shows us something fragile. We are entirely, 100% dependent on that ball of burning gas. It is our clock, our heater, our battery, and our anchor. So, the next time you feel that sun on your face, take a second to appreciate it. It's the only thing keeping us from drifting into the dark. What would you do in the first 24 hours if the sun went out? Would you loot, or would you try to find a bunker? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this journey into the dark, hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the universe. I'll see you in the next one. Stay warm.